Good morning. It's Saturday, May 10th, I believe it is today. It's definitely a Saturday. And getting a little late start today. I've only got about 40 miles, a little bit less to go. We're riding from Brooksville to Trinity. Very shortly from the motel here, we'll be picking up the Sun Coast Trail, which we'll be riding it for 24 miles to where we're going to pick up the Starkey Wilderness Trail. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll see some critters and other animals and wildlife through there. I've heard a lot of stories about that. I'm looking forward to it. Haven't seen an alligator yet. All I've seen is a couple turtles, so maybe we'll see something other than a turtle. Looking forward to that too. Yesterday was pretty difficult. Almost 60 miles. My legs still hurt this morning, and even my derriere hurts this morning. So today will be an interesting ride. But we've got all day to do it, and so I'm going to go ahead and hit the road now, and we'll see you a little bit. Well, it's a Saturday morning, so even along Highway 50 here to my left, there's not much traffic. The Sun Coast Trail is about 7/10 of a mile east of the Holiday Inn Express, and it's all along this bike path here, so it's been an easy ride. Up ahead you probably can see the bridge. That's the Sun Coast Trail going over Highway 50. We don't need to go over that bridge because we're going south. We'll be taking the right. Well, it wanted me to turn back there. I'm not sure why. So I think I could turn up ahead by the sidewalk. We'll find out. Can always go back. I could be wrong, but I thought this takes me back there. We'll find out. It does. And here's a trail. From what I've seen, it appears the trail rides along the Sun Coast toll road over there quite a bit, alongside of it. Which means it could be kind of noisy. We'll find out. There's a trailhead right here, which I don't need to stop at, seeing I'm just starting out, but it's got restrooms and place to sit. Even has air for your bike. Bike repair station too. See you down the trail. Well, according to my mapping, this hill up ahead is the only hill on the entire route today of any consequence, and it's probably about only 3%. We'll find out. And it's a short one, so easy if you got an e-bike. About 4%. Five. And one more. %. Got another one right after it. 6%. Okay. Later. Appreciate the tree cover. It's kind of pretty. Kind of shades the highway off to the left here. I'm doing a little better than I thought with my knees. Of course, it's early. My derriere still hurts though. Normally that's not an issue for me. Later. Well, I'm exactly 4 miles into my ride, and we appear to have to cross the Suncoast Trail here with some type of a highway. I'm not sure what it is, but we gotta cross it, so this could be fun. But it's Saturday, it's not too bad. I'll catch you later. I think we got several more road crossings like that back there. I've got 20 more miles to ride in the Suncoast before we hit the Starkey Wilderness. It's a warm, muggy morning, but it's nice out. Although it's overcast somewhat, though the sun's trying to make its way out, I'm not expecting to have to deal with any rain today, so it should be good. Plus it's a shorter day, so it's kind of nice just riding out here by myself. Gives you a lot of time to think. A lot of things go on in life. I guess I'm going to blab a little bit. I remember riding cross country in 2019. I rode from San Diego on the Pacific to St. Augustine on the Atlantic. It took about 3 months. And after that, I got so excited I rode Highway 40 through Illinois and Indiana. Came back from that and found out I had kidney cancer, and that it had spread to my entire right kidney. Morning, folks. Out the kidney, up my vena cava, all the way to my heart. And it spread through my lungs too. So we had a lot of issues go on. And today, I'm clean. And I know it was the Lord who intervened on my behalf. And I've done a testimony on that. If you're interested, you're on my YouTube site to see this. You could look at the videos and you'll find them, a testimony of healing. God still heals today. And we have another crossing, so I'll catch you later. Well, that was Spring Hill Road we had to cross. We're about 5 miles exactly into today's ride. Not sure how many more crossings I've got. Surely not like Orlando. I've never pushed a crosswalk button more times in my life than I did on day 2 around Orlando. And Sanford. I mean, the whole area there is like one intersection after another. Even though you're on a bike path, the bike path has to cross. So, fun times. Catch you later. Here comes road crossing number 3. No one to the right and no one to the left. I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's the way I like it. I don't know what road that was, but anyways. Nice morning. Well, it's obvious I'm not by myself today. It's good to see people out and around. Morning. Okay, here's that tree. That's right. Kind of weird. Bit too spooky for me. I think I'll keep going. I forget what that is. I'll have to look it back up. But it wasn't something I don't think I would be interested in spending any time at. It's here if you want to see it. I just don't remember what the name of it is right now. Later. It's been an easy ride so far. We're about 8 3/4 miles into the day. And this will be road crossing number 4, I believe. Looks like there's several lanes to have to cross, so don't know what the name of the highway is. Later. I think I'll be able to go after this truck. Morning. And one more. Okay. It occurs to me all I've shown you so far are road crossings. I apologize. As you can see, there's not a whole lot to show. It runs pretty much along the highway. Occasionally it darts in and out, but for the most part the highway's always been to my left. Coming up on crossing number 5, this is Bowman Road. It's not nearly as busy as some of the others. And I don't see any cars coming, so away we go. Well, I'm 10 miles into the ride today. My legs are tired, but that's to be expected. As long as I keep turning, keep pumping, I'll get there. About 14 miles from Starkey. I'm looking forward to that big time. I'll see you down the trail. Crossing number 6. I think it's called Lawless Road. Something like that. Of that nature. Very quiet road, easy crossing. These are the kind I like. Back to the highway. See ya. Coming up on crossing number 7. I think that's right. This is Caldwell Lane. Looks pretty quiet. Yep, nice and quiet. And like usual, we head back to the highway. Got about, according to my Garmin, 9.7 more miles to Starkey. I'm right at 14 miles for the day. Aha, some shade. I'll take it. Really, for the most part, what I could tell on the Suncoast Trail, most of it's along the highway, and you're out in the sun the whole time, pretty much the whole time. Fortunately, it's still early in the day, so I hear a helicopter. Not sure where they're headed. Well, here's a second set of tolls up ahead. You probably can't see it in the distance. If you're out there on the Suncoast Highway. Beyond that, I'm just keep on trucking. Coming across road crossing number 8. Shady Hill Road. I have noticed the winds are starting to pick up a little bit, and it is a headwind out of the south. So, probably slow me down a little bit. All right, here we go. I did want to show you this. Anytime there's some tree covering, it hasn't been very much. Take advantage of it. That Spanish mossy stuff, I like that. If you're going to do this trail, the Suncoast Trail, it's impossible to get lost. I mean, once you're on it, you can't get lost no matter how hard you try. So let's look at about 6.5 miles before I get to the Starkey Park area. So I'm going to keep chugging along. Enjoy the little bit of shade that I've got here. And all good things got to come to an end. As the Beatles used to sing, "Here comes the sun," later. Okay, we're coming up to crossing number 8, I think. Starting to lose track of counting it. This is Highway 52, so I suspect it's going to be a little bit busier. Hopefully they have crossing buttons. I'm right at 18 miles for the day right now. Well, I'm going to negotiate this. I'll catch you on the other side. Well, that wasn't too bad. Now I'm just hoping to find some critters or something. Not even a turtle yet. I hope to find stuff in Starkey. I've heard good stories about it, so I'm hoping to see some animals, critters. Maybe even some birds would be okay. Now, I don't know about any alligator. I wouldn't mind seeing one of them. So far, it's been a big 0. I stopped one time for a turtle the first day, getting a flat tire, so... Anyways, later. I think this video speaks for itself. Okay, I think this is crossing number 9. And I see there's a white bicycle there, which suggests that a bicyclist got killed here. I'm sorry to see that. Okay. I know it's coming from the left. Stop for a moment. Let's go halfway. Okay, let's go. Should be able to go through here. And we're back. It wants me to go right. Strange. Okay. I would have thought left. No, I'm going the wrong way. I should have known I'd be following the highway. Okay, on the move. Well, we're coming up on Starkey Park finally. I'm about just under 24 miles into today's ride. I could use a place to rest. Hopefully there's a bench or something. I see a little station off to the right. That's where I'm headed. Here's Starkey. I've been waiting for it, and here it is. Let's hope it doesn't disappoint. Looks nice already. Just to get away from the highway is nice. And I'm going to stop up ahead and take a little rest. I'll be back. Nice place to stop. We have water, bike station, place to sit and turn this after. So the entrance to the park is pretty nice. Now the question becomes, will I see the critters? And there's thunderstorms all over the place, so am I going to get wet? Stay tuned to see if I make it. This is very pretty through here. Wow. This is kind of what I thought maybe the whole trip would be like. No cars to worry about. Talking about. It's pretty. More views and Starkey. No critters yet. It's still critters. Okay. Here's one. I've seen people skating here. rollerblade, I should say. A lot of cyclists. Great. Passing by the surfboard guy. I guess that's what he is, a surfboard guy. Well, we're getting near the end, we'll start living it. Another big screen critters. Still great. Probably been the nicest place to ride the entire journey so far. Later. Up here is Starkey Boulevard. We're gonna, on the left, it's gonna be a bike trail. And then jump on this, follow the Starkey bike trail. And I'm starting to see a lane drop. This is the bike trail along Starkey Boulevard. Good shape, good shape. assume it'll drop the range in not too while. Okay, for those of you who don't like riding on roads, I'm not sure that's any safer. Catch you later. Take the fish. So this is the Starkey Boulevard Trail. And probably about 3 miles down the road from here, we're going to cross State Route 54, and then the C2C picks up the Starkey Gap Trail. So we had the Starkey Wilderness go to the Starkey Boulevard I'm on now, and then down the road you're gonna have the Starkey Gap Trail. There's still about 3 miles down the road yet. This is the Starkey Market. It's supposed to be a good place to eat. I thought about stopping there, but it's starting to rain. Drops are getting a little more bigger, so I need to keep on pushing later. Okay, we're coming up to Florida State Route 54. We need to cross. Push the button. Cross Starkey Boulevard and then cross 54. So we're crossing Starkey Boulevard. And way over there is the other signal. Just to cross 54. See how long this takes. Crossing Route 54 to the sidewalk here. Now, to continue on the C2C, we're going to turn right. This is the Starkey Gap Trail. I'll pick that up tomorrow. I'm going straight, and I'm going to sign off with you guys here. About a mile and a half is my motel, so go head that direction. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. I'll do a summary yet tonight. Hi, this is Larry. I'm going to give a quick summary of today's day 4, which is riding from Brooksville to Trinity. Mainly on two trails, the Suncoast Trail and then finally the Starkey Trail. It was an easy day. I mean, it was hard kind of for me because my legs were really tired. But as far as it was pretty flat, you know, and it wasn't that difficult to ride. Thoughts. The Starkey Trail was great. I expected that. But let's go to the Suncoast first. The Suncoast was, to me, mildly disappointing. It's in good shape and you really can't get lost, but I didn't care too much for, I think it was like 9 road crossings that I had to wait for. Plus the fact it ran along the highway almost the entire way. The Suncoast Parkway, it ran along the Suncoast Parkway. And it was noisy. Really was. So honestly, it was okay. I'd rather ride that than on the street someplace on a busy street, but it was okay. Now the Starkey Trail, I was expecting a lot from that, and I was not disappointed. It was beautiful. For one thing, as you entered the Starkey Wilderness Trail right off the Suncoast, there's a really nice trailhead right there that they put in pretty new. It's got permanent restrooms, it's got water, it's got refillable water, like a container thing, place to sit, bike tool area, and it really was nice. But then the actual ride through there was beautiful. The only disappointment I would have had was I was hoping to see some kind of animals, and I really didn't. I saw one squirrel, and that's it. And maybe it's because, you know, I was on the trail. I wasn't off walking and hiking or anything. Maybe I would have saw a lot more then, but no animals like I was hoping. But honestly, it was beautiful. It's probably the best trail yet, the Starkey Trail. So just FYI, tomorrow I finish up against the bay, the Gulf that is, on Honeymoon Island on the beach there. That's where I'll go to that part of the ocean. So that way I've crossed the entire state of Florida, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Gulf. And after that, I'm going to go down and finish and stay in Clearwater, and that's where I'm going to spend the night. And so I'll give a summary tomorrow night too, but that's the plans for now. Thanks for being with me. I've enjoyed all of this, and I hope you guys are enjoying some of it too. Hopefully I'm also, with the videos, to those who are looking forward to ride this, I'm hoping that some of the information I put in there is helpful. So you have a good evening. See you tomorrow.